Isto é desta semana, você encontra uma reportagem sobre como os animais encaram a morte de seus semelhantes. Segundo a antropóloga americana Barbara King, autora do livro How Animals Grieve, bichos selvagens e domésticos também sofrem quando perdem um companheiro. Confira a seguir como a autora explica esses sentimentos e assista a cenas de animais que demonstram o luto diante da morte de outros bichos.
I am defining grief as an animal who is very physically affected by the loss of a partner and emotionally affected. So I'm looking for things like refusal to eat, very different behavioral routines from what is normal for that animal, some kind of body language or facial expression or affect of sorrow. When we see mother dolphins that are carrying their babies on their backs for days or pushing their baby ahead of them in the water, in one case for 5 days without feeding or with reduced feeding, with significant movements of the body that indicate distress, then that I would call grief. Or I think the degree and the depth of grief may in fact be related to intelligence, but the very existence of it, maybe not so much. There's always the worry about anthropomorphism. Are we just being soft-hearted and we're projecting our own feelings onto other animals, and we want to see our companion animals as, so intelligent and so sensitive, but in fact it's really not happening. Of course, I don't believe that. I don't think it's anthropomorphic projection. I think that opening our eyes to the depth of animal thinking and feeling is going to tell us that what we see is real. But this doesn't mean that every time an animal approaches a body, we should interpret its responses as grief. Animal grief touches people in a really deep place because we've all grieved and we all know how hard that is. I think it really forces us to think very hard when we ask chimpanzees to be biomedical research subjects, or when we subject various animals to the entertainment industry in poorly run zoos or putting animals on movie sets. Or, and I'll just come out and say, when we eat animals, right? We eat animals without much thought about their lives and how their lives are affected by killing off certain members of a family of animals and that kind of thing. So I hope that there's a subtext in the book that's going to raise questions in people's minds. What are we doing? And are we thinking carefully about how we treat other animals? Because they're not only sentient, they're feeling their lives, and their lives matter to them very greatly. So sure, that's an absolutely central point for me.